벌써 소니가 그리워요. 손을 이룬 후에 재난이다. 젠장, 벌써 소니가 보고 싶어. 팀에서 가장 득점력이 뛰어난 소니를 내보낸 것은 엄청난 실수였다. 토트넘이 손흥민을 떠나보낸 후 가진 바이에른 뮌헨과의 경기에서 0대4로 굴욕적인 참패를 당했습니다. 토트넘 프랭크 감독은 8일 독일에서 열린 바이에른 뮌헨과의 친선 경기에서 최전방에 히살리송을 내세우고 2선에 브레넌 존슨, 쿠두스를 기용했지만 단 한 골도 넣지 못하고 망신을 당했습니다. 그것도 뮌헨은 1군도 아닌 2군으로 토트넘을 상대한 경기였습니다. 맨시티, 리버풀, 아스날 등 세계 최강의 수비진을 뚫어버린 손흥민이 없이 바이에른 뮌헨의 수비벽을 뚫기란 거의 불가능했습니다. 한편은 그동안 손흥민의 공격을 포기하며 얼마나 희생하고 뛰었는지를 증명해준 경기라고 했습니다. 벌써부터 다음 주 목요일에 열리는 UEFA 슈퍼컵 PSG와의 경기에는 얼마나 큰 점수차로 질지 두렵다는 반응이 나오고 있습니다. 토트넘 팬들은 예상했지만 처참한 패배에 손흥민의 공백이 얼마나 큰지 뼈저리게 실감한다며 손흥민을 그리워했습니다. 토트넘 팬들이 그토록 손흥민을 그리워하는 사이 지금 미국 LA에서는 연애 손흥민에 대한 특집 기사와 방송 보도가 잇따르고 있습니다. 유럽 축구 이적 전문 매체 트랜스퍼 마크트는 7일 LAFC의 손흥민 영입 발표에 맞춰 MLS 역대 베스트 11을 선정해 소개했습니다. MLS 역대 베스트 11 공격수에는 앙리와 이브라이모비치가 선정됐고 측면 공격수에는 손흥민과 메시가 이름을 올렸습니다. 미드필더에는 밀러, 슈반슈타이거, 부스케츠 그리고 베컴이 선정되었습니다. 손흥민은 세계적인 슈퍼스타들과 이름을 나란히 했습니다. 미국 스포츠 매체 프런트 오피스 스포츠는 넥스트 베컴, MLS 국제 슈퍼스타 손흥민 영입이라는 제목으로 보도했습니다. 이 매체는 LAFC가 한국계 슈퍼스타 손흥민은 2,650만 달러 영입하며 MLS 역사상 최고의 이적료를 공식 발표했다고 했습니다. 그러면서 MLS 내부 소식통 톰 버거트는 이 순간이 리그에 얼마나 중요한지 그리고 MLS에 어떤 영향을 미치는지 설명해 주었습니다.
League Soccer set a record with the historic transfer fee to acquire Son Heung-min, but should we be concerned about Lionel Messi's future in the league? Best Asian players of all time, a top 20 goal scorer, top 20 assist holder in Premier League history, Son Heung-min is heading to LAFC on a record-setting transfer deal as a designated player. So with that, what does this mean for Major League Soccer? Let's welcome in MLS and US men's national team insider himself that's contributed to Give Me Sports, SoccerWise HQ, and CBS Sports, Tom Bogert. Tom, so great to have you back on the show, talking more MLS with you. What are the details of this record-setting deal?
Yeah, thanks for having me. So the details are this is one of the biggest signings in league history. Son Heung-min is now the new league record transfer. LAFC paid $26.5 million to Tottenham, sources told me. And this is not quite Messi, but it's just the next level. When you look in global soccer about who can move the needle, Messi, Ronaldo are in their own stratosphere. Neymar might be there. And then obviously you have like Mbappe and a couple others that like obviously are no chance to go to MLS at this stage. Son Heung-min is right there. And particularly for this city, the Korean population in Los Angeles is the largest in the world outside of Seoul. This is going to be an absolutely groundbreaking signing off the field. And I usually don't like to talk about off the field subs first because first and foremost, what matters most, he's going to be awesome on the field for LAFC and that's going to make everything work.
Wow. And Tom, let's stick with, the effect that this could have for MLS. I mean, there's a reason that this sets a new record for transfer fees. We had Gareth Bale on this show just a few weeks ago talking about his 1 year spent in Major League Soccer. And he said,
Also
look,
with
honestly, also with LA and also won MLS Cup that year. But he said, look, the salaries need to go up. It comes down to money. So are we going to see the salaries keep rising for MLS? And that could help the league's kind of image get away from the idea that it's the retirement league where international stars come to play out their final years.
Absolutely. As the money continues to raise, as the profile continues to raise, and as the base level quality continues to raise, all those things need to happen in conjunction. And again, that transfer fee at $26.5 million is serious. That is the third time since the end of last season that the MLS league record transfer has been set. $16 million by FC Cincinnati to sign Kevin Danke, $22 million for Atlanta United to sign Emmanuel Latzelat, and now the 26.5 for Son. So everything continues going in that direction, but it has to be a steady climb rather than just one big signing and then, okay, that'll fix it.
And it feels like such great timing that this move happened. Son Heung-min did mention there was, of course, interest from Saudi Arabia, chose Major League Soccer over going to play there. But as you mentioned, off the field, the impact on the heels we talked about on the show, even looking at the Korean and the Asian audience in LA, period, with such a team like the Dodgers and having Otani, Yamamoto, Sasaki, but then on the field, you're bringing in a 33-year-old player that is in his prime, in a great spot in his career, that chose Major League Soccer. What does that statement say for where Major League Soccer is right now? That not only is this the third record-setting transfer fee, but we are getting one of the biggest names in the game, one of the biggest out of the Premier League, choosing Major League Soccer.
Right, and again, at age 33, like, he's not 27, right? Like, so this is the end of his prime, but like, it still is his prime, as you say, and I think that's important too. And you look at what Son did last year for Tottenham. I think he had like 18 goal contributions and something around 2,000 minutes. That is elite. His underlying numbers are elite. He's going to play a different role in Los Angeles. He should be more central, which I think is going to lead to even more goal contributions. And again, like Tottenham, they won the Europa League, but they were the 17th place team in England. So it's not like he was just a guy in the mix where like, oh, we're winning 3-0. I'm going to go get a tap in to make it 4-0. No, all of his goal contributions were vastly important and games that they were mostly losing. So Son Heung-min, again, while he's not in the middle of his prime, he's still absolutely at the top of his game. And I think that this move, and like he's tweaked the way he's played a little bit. He's still physically really, really strong in terms of his athleticism. Obviously, his quality, his intelligence, everything else is going to stay there. But the way that he's, again, he'll go from an out-and-out winger to more centrally. And that's what players do when they get older. And that's what the smartest players do. And like his game, I think, is going to age really well.
그런데 지금 한국과 미국 언론 말고도 영국을 떠났는데도 영국에서 손흥민의 기사와 방송이 계속되고 있습니다. 영국 스카이 스포츠는 지난 5일 손흥민이 LAFC 입단을 위해 인천공항으로 출국하는 모습을 속보로 생중계했는데 이후 매일마다 손흥민 관련 뉴스를 전하고 있습니다. 이를 두고 축구 종가로서 자존심이 강한 영국이 축구 변방이라 불리는 미국에 진출하는 아시아 선수의 일거수일투족을 전달하는 게 놀랍다고 했습니다. 이것이 바로 손흥민이기에 가능하다고 했습니다. 지난 7일 스카이 스포츠는 할리우드 배경의 LAFC 7번 유니폼에 손흥민의 미소를 뒷배경으로 하고 또다시 소식을 전했습니다.
First to Los Angeles, who have a new star joining them in the City of Angels.
Yes, former Tottenham Hotspur captain Heung-min Son has completed his move to LAFC, calling it a dream come true.
Right, well, Spurs chairman Daniel Levy has had this to say. Sonny is one of the greatest players to ever wear the famous lily white shirt and has been a joy to watch over the past decade. Not only is he a wonderfully gifted footballer, but he's also an incredible human being who has touched hearts and inspired people throughout the club and all over the world.
Son follows in the footsteps of a couple of former Tottenham Hotspur teammates with his move to the US.
Gareth Bale had a brief spell with LAFC back in 2022, whilst Hugo Lloris is currently at the club.
I just felt like I need a new chapter, I need a new challenge, which is that I choose LAFC, and obviously I'm very, think we can say I'm old, but I still have a good physicality, good legs, and still have a good quality, I would say. And obviously I'm here to perform, but also that I want to give some advice to the young players that for improvement. So yeah, I can't just wait to see all the teammates and all the players that are working together. So that's why we are here. So
Son has signed a 2-year contract with further options in 2028 and 2029. That means he'll be in LA as the World Cup rolls into town next summer.
Yeah, that news was pretty exciting for a Los Angeles councilwoman in attendance who perhaps forgot Son will be representing South Korea and not the United States. Have a watch.
When a World Cup comes, we're expecting a win here in Los Angeles for the USA, aren't we, everybody? And there you go. And so we're here to support you to get that done. So welcome. I bought something because my grandma taught me don't go somewhere without bringing a gift. So here you go.
이 같은 발언을 한 이는 LAC 의원 헤더 허터였는데 아마 월드컵이 어떤 대회인지도 몰랐을 것이라고 했습니다. 많은 이들은 이 시의원이 손흥민이 미국 대표팀으로 온 듯 착각한 건 해프닝이었지만 현지에서 축구를 모르는 사람은 마치 그렇게 느낄 수 있다고 했습니다. 또한 미국에서 내년에 월드컵이 열리는데 분명 손흥민이 흥행이 엄청난 역할을 할 것은 분명하다고 했습니다. 재밌는 건 지금 미국에서 토트넘 출신의 감독과 선수들이 흥행 물결을 일으킬 수 있다고 했는데 과거 토트넘 전성기를 이끌었던 포체티노 감독이 미국 대표팀 감독을 하고 있고 놀랍게도 손흥민과 함께 유로파 우승컵을 들어올린 포스테코글루 감독이 LAFC 차기 감독으로 온다는 소리 돌고 있습니다. 야후 스포츠에서는 손흥민이 MLS에 어떤 영향을 미칠까에 대해서 두 패널이 나와서 토론을 펼쳤습니다. 이들 중에는 손흥민의 기량이 떨어진 게 아니냐고 의심한 이도 있었지만 그럼에도 손흥민을 눈앞에서 본다면 행복할 것이라고 했습니다. 또한 한 패널은 아스날 팬이지만 손흥민의 위상이 어느 정도인지를 말했고 메시와 비교하며 손흥민이 어떤 효과를 가져올지에 대해서 말했습니다.
But we have to compete with the other sports, with the other leagues around the world, with the other leagues within the country as well, to get those eyeballs and attention. And Heung-min Son is arguably, I mean, next to Messi as far as economic impact in a city, signing for this club. Messi's definitely first. I know that. But Heung-min Son, Los Angeles is, I mean, there's a Koreatown that is dominant. That is where people want to go hang out, which is, and the Korean culture in Southern California is incredibly popular. Parts to this question, because there's really two questions. One, why are they signing him when he's in the decline? And Heung-min Son has, I mean, the last 2 years have not really looked that great at Tottenham. He's not always starting. He's not getting the same amount of minutes. He clearly wasn't. It wasn't clearly not in the plans of Thomas Frank, and that it's been beautiful to see the love that he's been getting, and he is again one of the most popular footballers in the world. I mean, that's inarguable. So for me, as a non-LAFC fan but wants to see MLS succeed, I'm absolutely thrilled about this. So I'm explaining, Sam, you are a 5-year-old European. I'm happy to explain it to you. So I am giddy at the thought of going to see NYCFC at Yankee Stadium against LAFC, and Heung-min Son is playing there, because I know the Korean community in New York is also going to be there and fill seats and create a really, really awesome ambiance. And it's also one of those things where it's nice to look in looking on the pitch and feel a little bit seen, right? There aren't too many Korean players. I hate that I forgot his name, but he just went from Minnesota United to St. Louis. I forgot.
Yeah, but you're right. It's representation. You don't have,
and
you don't get a lot
for the Korean community. There's no bigger representation than Heung-min Son.
No, this is huge. And no one really hates Heung-min Son. I'm an Arsenal fan. I don't hate Heung-min Son in any way, shape, or form. I'm actually excited he's in MLS that I get to see him play.
손흥민의 토트넘을 죽일 만큼 싫어하는 아스날 팬도 인정하는 선수였습니다. 손흥민은 이제 LAFC에서도 레전드로 남고 싶다며 그동안 어떤 슈퍼스타도 이루지 못한 행복 축구를 꿈꾸고 있습니다. 이상 쓸멍이었습니다.